Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my brand new little reading nook that I just did. And you'll probably see the video coming up pretty soon, either before or after this video, me kind of creating this little space. So we are going, for this video, we are going to do a quick little book haul because I have all of these books just kind of hanging out on the floor next to my bookshelf and I need to haul them so I can put them on my bookshelf because it's getting a little ridiculous. So we're going to go through all of the books that I currently have down here, and that's going to be what this video is going to be about. So let's go ahead and get started. Is anybody else forcing themselves to think it's fall time and wear sweatshirts and long jeans when it's 80 degrees out? Because that would be me. If you hear noise in the background, that's my daughter in the other room playing with like Halloween toys. So, all right. So we're just going to reach down and go through all of these books. I'm really going to quickly talk about why I got them, if there was a particular reason, and then where I got them from. So this first stack of books are going to be from Second & Charles, which is a used slash new bookstore slash music store slash everything type store. Like they sell like clothes merchandise, they sell music albums, they sell ukuleles, like it's everything. But I had to go there primarily for used books. So I got this at Second & Charles used. This is Fixer Up by Tessa Bailey. I like a lot of Tessa Bailey books and I saw this was used and I had to pick it up. We have Normal People. I got this used again. I have never read a Sally Rooney book and I don't even know if this is one of the ones that is good. I just know I've seen this on bookshelves before and I wanted to check it out. So I mean, it says it's the 100 notable books in 2019, so we're gonna read this at some point. Then we have Christina Lauren's book, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. This, I like Christina Lauren's books. I happen to see this as used and I have no idea what it is, but it has Christina Lauren hilariously depicts modern dating. So it's gonna be a nice little rom-com, hopefully. So we have this. I have the receipt. And then I found the cheat sheet. I don't know. I've heard this is really good. This is a special edition, apparently. I don't know what makes it special, but I've heard this is really good. I've heard some people say this is a very good book, like a 5-star book. So I don't think I've read Sarah Adams books before. What are some of the Sarah Adams books? Yeah, I don't think I've read any Sarah Adams books before. So this will be my first one of hers. And then we have When in Rome. This is another Sarah Adams book. I want to say this is a companion, like this is part of a standalone companion series, I think. But I want to say this is book 2, like you should be reading one of the other books first. Maybe? I don't know. But I have When in Rome. We have another Tessa Bailey book. This is Chase Me. This is, it has a quote at the bottom, says, her voice feels as fresh and contemporary as a Netflix rom-com. So nice little rom-com Tessa Bailey book. I usually like all of her books. And then we have People We Meet on Vacation. I don't think this is one as popular as some of her other Emily Henry books, but I have read Beach Read, I have read Happy Place, and this will be the 3rd book of hers that I have read, I think. And this happened to be used and decided to pick it up. We have Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I have actually already read this book. I got it from the library and it was not my favorite book, but I do want to reread it and annotate it and see if I enjoy it more, because I went in blind, not really knowing what that book was about, and everyone loves Love in Other Words. And I mean, I enjoyed it, but I don't know, I want to give it another shot. So I did pick it up because it was used, and yeah, we have that. And then we have Hooked. This is my first Emily McIntyre or McIntyre book. I know there's a bunch of different books in this series, and I think this is a like a dark romance where I think it has Wendy, instead of going with Peter Pan, goes with Hook, maybe? I don't know. But I saw this used and it was a really good Like, it's a very good used book. I don't think it's ever, like, the spine's not even cracked. So I picked this one up. This will be my first Emily Henry. Nope. This will be my first Emily McIntyre book. And I'm excited to read this. We have The League of Gentlewomen and Witches. This again was used, and this, I don't know anything about it, but it intrigued me. I think I've seen a couple of people read this book. I don't know what their reviews on it were, but I did pick this up and I'm excited to read it. I've never read anything by India Holston before, so we'll see. I think I actually do have, I did a purchase of the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. I believe I have that on my bookshelf as well, but I have not read it yet, so we have this book. And then we have This Woven Kingdom. This is in a series. I know I don't have any other books in the series, but I saw this was used, and I don't remember, I think it's These Infinite Threads. I can't speak. What is the next one? I think it's These Infinite Threads I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about this. I have never read a Tahereh Mafi book. I do have the Shatter Me series, and that is going to be one of the books that I'm going to be starting in next year in 2024. But I do have this, and then as soon as I get the remaining books in the series, then I will start reading this one as well. And then the last book that I got at Second and Charles is Riley Sager's Home Before Dark. This will be my first Riley Sager book that I have read from him, and I don't know anything about this. It's a book of the month in 2020, June of 2020. Yeah, I got this used, and it is a mystery, and it looks pretty good. I know nothing. The problem I have with these book of the month books is that they don't really tell you a whole lot on the cover. Like, you have to read the sleeve. But, I don't know. It says, bells that ring themselves, record players that turn on and play music to empty rooms, and ghosts that climb out of wardrobes. That sounds terrifying, and this might be a really good book to read this, like, fallish time frame, like October, November time frame. So, we have this. So, those were, like I said, all of the books from Second and Charles. Now we're going to move over to Target, because I did do, Target had, like, their Target, I don't remember what it's, Target Ring, Target, what is their, I don't know. Target had a sale on books, so you got an additional percentage off of already discounted or 20% off books. So we have, their first book is Wildfire. This is the second book from Icebreaker. I did read Icebreaker. I think I gave it 4 stars. That is another book I want to buy if I can see it used, because I do want to reread that, because I think I scored it lower than I probably should have, because I actually do think about that book periodically. And so this is the second book. This is at camp, and I took off all of the Target stickers, but I really hate this little thing that says it's a Target exclusive chapter, because you can't take this off. It's very irritating, but we have this. And then I went out and bought the 7-Year Slip, because I have heard this is an amazing book. This is like 5 or 6-star books, so I'm very excited to read this. And then I picked up Yours Truly. This is Abby Jimenez's book. I have already read this and loved it. I loved all of Abby Jimenez's book. I really enjoyed this one because it is about a doctor who has really bad, like, social anxiety, and she, like, fake dates and kind of helps him with some of his struggles, and helps him whenever he has those, like, anxious, like, things go on in his life. He helps out with that, or she helps him out with that. But I did go ahead and buy this because I have been trying to buy all of Abby Jimenez's books because I thoroughly enjoy them. So I did buy this one. And then I bought the Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and Things We Left Behind. I have already read Things We Never Got Over. I read this on Kindle Unlimited, and I did really enjoy Knox and Naomi. I don't remember what I rated this. I think I rated it probably like 4.5 initially, and I think the only reason I knocked it down was because it was such a long book, and I don't think I've ever read any of Lucy Score's books by that time or at that time, so I was not really familiar with her style of writing and the length of her romance books. And this does have, I mean, it has romance, and then it also has like other storylines that kind of go along with the romance. But I think I scored this at like a 4.5, and I had every intention at the time of reading Things We Hide from the Light next, but I just wasn't able to pick this up or read this on Kindle, and I keep meaning to, but I never did. And then once the third book came out, I just decided to physically pick these up, because I think if they're on my shelf, I'm going to be much more likely to start reading them. I do want to go ahead and reread Things We Never Got Over, because I did read that so long ago, and I just want to reread it so I can refresh my memory as to the characters and things like that, so that way whenever I start reading the other two, then I'm at least familiar with like the story and all that kind of stuff. So I did buy all 3 of these so I can have them on my shelf, and I do just love, I love the look of them. I love the 3 colors and just the flowers, and it's so cute and appealing. I love it. And then the last book that I bought from Target was The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is like the prequel to The Hunger Games. This is the book on kind of the origin story, I think, of President Snow. So I did want to reread The Hunger Games at some point, and I think I want to read this along with that. So I did go ahead and pick up this, and yeah, I am really excited to get back into like the Hunger Games storyline and maybe understand kind of where President Snow, like where he got his attitude and his issues from. So we have that. And that is all of the books that I have picked up probably in the last 3 weeks or so, a month, 3 weeks to a month. The Second and Charles had, the reason why I picked up so many books from them was because of, they've had multiple sales over the weekend where it's like 25% off used books, or like 25% off used books, and there was another one that it was like 20% off if you bought so many dollars worth of used books. So with the sales, that was kind of what drove those purchases. So that is all of my books. Let me see, can I pick them all up? Probably not. We're gonna attempt it. These are all the books that I just bought over the last month. I need to stop. So these will now go on my bookshelf, and I can hopefully start reading these soon. I do have plans to read a bunch of these in the next couple of months. That's gonna be it for this video. So actually, let me count. I have 19 books. So I have 19 books that I have bought probably over the last 3 weeks. I'm excited to read a bunch of these. So that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I will have another video coming up of me, or already came up, of me setting up my little reading nook. And I will see everybody in my next video. Bye.